This story originally appeared on The Athletic, the best place to read about football online. Visit www.theathletic.co.uk/Tifo Football for a 30-day free trial and 50% off an annual subscription. It was coming up for 2:30 a.m. local time when Manchester United against Liverpool entered stoppage time. The street cleaners were getting to work on roads that already looked spotless. The subway had already closed for the night. Tokyo always seems more exciting when the neon lights are throbbing. But now it was time for the Sakariba, the city's liveliest districts, to rest. At Footnick Bar, for instance, with its quotes from Matt Busby and Bill Shankly inside the entrance, a framed note on the wall from the time Ian Callaghan dropped in for a drink, and its policy that the opening hours depend entirely on the Premier League's kickoff times. But it was still heaving in Footnick for Sunday's game, even if, and here was the surprise, there wasn't a single person in Manchester United colours inside what many people consider to be Tokyo's best place to watch the Premier League. Now, plenty of Liverpool supporters had filed in, and there were lots of rugby fans wanting a late drink with the bonus of some sport on the big screens, yet there was a strange absence of people cheering on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team. United hardly lack numbers when it comes to global support, but that perhaps was why it was so noticeable, especially given recent research telling us that, a little optimistically, they now have 1.1 billion followers. A number which, if you believed it, would mean approximately 1 out of every 7 people on the entire planet has spent the last week wondering why nobody picked up Adam Lallana at the far post. But why so much apathy in a city that has previously given the impression of being United mad? When The Athletic's Daniel Taylor asked that question of Hideaki Naito, the president of United's Japanese supporters club, his explanation was simple. It's the team's decline. A lot of United's Japanese supporters, Hideaki explained, had simply lost interest. Some had switched their attention to baseball, Tokyo's real sporting passion, or deserted United for teams in the J-League. A lot would rather stay at home now, rather than go out to watch a game, he said. The younger United supporters in particular have found other interests. Yumiko Tamara, the secretary of Liverpool's Japanese supporters club, had pulled up a chair on the other side of the table. The rivalries are different here, less tribal, more civil, and the two are friends, bonded by a shared love of English football. Liverpool, they agreed, had overtaken United as the best supported team in Japan. On the 10th floor of a business tower near Liverpool's waterfront sit the offices of a club styling itself as European football royalty. There's a bust of Bill Shankly in the reception. Even the cushions and the plant pots have the Liverpool crest on them. The pictures on the walls have been changed since June to commemorate the night when Liverpool put their ribbons on the European Cup for a 6th time. It's here where Liverpool are plotting their 6 times business strategy. Liverpool have 6 times emblazoned in huge capital letters inside their city centre offices. No other English club comes close to replicating that success, and this is one of the reasons why Liverpool are so determined to bring in Nike to drive the next part of their commercial growth at the expense of New Balance. Liverpool, in short, believe that they had outgrown their shirt manufacturers. All of which has to be an issue for Old Trafford when, for the best part of 3 decades, they've tended to look down on Liverpool's commercial operation with what at times has bordered on disdain. Liverpool have never bridged the commercial gap. Edward Friedman, a former United executive, tells The Athletic. They've lagged behind Liverpool for a long time. We stole the march on Liverpool big time, and I don't think Liverpool have ever caught up. They never looked at it properly, and they never put the right people in place. Now, these are sensitive times for Liverpool. Prior to their success in a court case with New Balance, the club's hierarchy were reluctant to speak publicly in the current climate about shirt sales and supporter growth. But the data speaks for itself. Liverpool had 202.7 million social media interactions from May the 7th to June the 12th alone. They shipped products to supporters in 191 different nations last year and have 307 official supporters clubs based in 99 countries. Now, the next set of figures ought to show an explosion in the club's commercial revenue. For now, however, the numbers show that they still have a long way to go. United recently announced club record revenues of £627.1 million, a rise of 6.3%, whereas Liverpool's was £455 million. As for shirt sales, Liverpool have sold on average 1.13 million shirts annually over the last 5 years. United's average is 1.85 million. Liverpool's commercial revenue is the 8th highest in Europe, according to Deloitte, but not even half the amount that Real Madrid command and more than £100 million behind United. Although it would be expected that Liverpool are lagging behind, industry experts say that it shouldn't be by such a significant difference. Perhaps the more revealing statistic would be the one that tells us the commercial revenue and shirt sale numbers for 2019 alone, specifically whether Liverpool have already started closing the gap, or indeed the figures in 2020-21, when Nike presses ahead with its plans to expand the club's profile. Now this could be highly significant. Nike's involvement will mean Liverpool's kit being sold in at least 6,000 stores, when according to the evidence heard in court, it's not even been in half that number previously. And Nike certainly isn't hanging around. They reserved factory space to manufacture 2.9 million units, and they drew up plans to promote the club through non-football influencers such as LeBron James, Serena Williams and Drake. Of course, the case has now reached its endpoint. Liverpool made it clear that they felt New Balance could not match their ambition. But regardless of the successful outcome, it does now feel instructive that two sportswear giants were fighting a tool to associate their names with this club's success. The script for this video, written by Daniel Taylor, was originally featured on The Athletic, the best place to read about football online. Whether it's more insightful long reads, dedicated local reporting about your team, or rich storytelling from around the world, you will find it all in one place. And there's a lot more to today's story. So, to read the full piece, get a 30-day free trial by visiting theathletic.co.uk/Tifo Football and get 50% off if you sign up for an annual subscription. To support Tifo, support The Athletic. Thank you for watching.